Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I'm Avery.
And I'm Eden, and oh my gosh, we are so happy you're here today because this episode is gonna hit different, no cap.
For real, though, we've been wanting to do this topic for a while now, and today we are finally doing it. We're talking about small wins when you're learning English.
Yes, and I feel like this is so important because when you're on that English learning journey, it can feel like you're just never getting anywhere, you know?
Totally, like you're walking up an escalator that's going down.
Oh, that is such a good analogy. Yes, exactly that. But today we're flipping the script, pun intended, and we are celebrating those tiny, beautiful, sometimes embarrassing moments of progress.
Because those moments, they matter. They matter so much more than people think. And we've both been there. So we're going to be sharing some of our own stories today, too.
Including one of my stories that is low-key one of the most embarrassing things that has ever happened to me in the English language.
Oh, we're so coming back to that. But first, if this is your first time here, welcome to the family. Hit that subscribe button, follow us wherever you're listening, and share this episode with a friend who's learning English, okay? Okay, let's get into it.
All right, so Avery, let's kick things off. Tell the people what was your small win moment, like the one that you still think about.
Okay. So mine is actually kind of funny in hindsight. So early on, and I mean early on, I was at a coffee shop, right? And I wanted to order a medium coffee. Simple, easy, should have been zero issues. But I had only practiced ordering in my head, like in my room, with no actual human being in front of me. So I walk up to the barista and my mind went completely blank, like absolutely nothing.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
I just stood there for I swear it was 5 seconds, but it felt like 5 years. And I finally just pointed at the menu and said, that one, the middle size. And the barista was super cool about it. She just smiled and said, one medium coffee coming right up.
Okay, but wait, that's actually kind of a win though. You communicated, you got the coffee.
That's the thing. I got the coffee, and I walked out of there feeling like I had just climbed Everest. I was literally texting my friends like, I ordered coffee in English today. And they were like, cool, congrats. But for me, that was massive.
That is massive. That's exactly the vibe we're going for today. Like, to an outsider, it sounds small, but inside, that's a whole celebration. That hits different when you've been there.
Exactly. Okay, so your turn. What's your small win story?
Okay, so mine is, and I love this one, mine is the first time I understood a joke, like a real English joke, not one someone explained to me, not one I had to Google. I just heard it and laughed in real time.
Ah, that's so good. That's such a vibe.
Right? Because humor is like the final boss of a new language. It requires you to understand the culture, the tone, the timing, the wordplay. It is so layered. So when I finally laughed at a joke without needing anyone to explain it to me, I literally had to stop and say, wait, did I just get that? And my friend who was with me was like, why are you looking at yourself like that? And I was just like, I understood the joke. I understood it. She thought I had lost it, but I was just so happy. 100%. Okay, so speaking of language moments, can we talk idioms? Because Avery, you are low-key the idiom king, and I feel like
That is the most relatable thing ever. Those are the moments, man. Those tiny little moments of, wait, I actually did that. There will keep you going. Did you just call me the idiom king?
I did, and I stand by it. You love explaining idioms, so let's do one. Hit us with a good one.
Okay. All right, so today's idiom, and this one is so relevant to learning a new language, is bite off more than you can chew. Bite off more than you can chew. It deserved the drama. So, okay, literally, right? The image is you take a huge bite of food,
like an absurdly big bite, way too much. And now you can't chew it properly. It's just too much in your mouth. You're struggling.
Right. We've all been there. Like when you try to eat an entire sandwich in one bite.
Exactly. So the idiom means you took on more responsibility or more work than you can actually handle. You overcommitted. You underestimated how hard something was going to be. So, for example, if someone says, I signed up for 3 courses, a new job, and am planning a wedding all at the same time, you could say, wow, sounds like you bit off more than you can chew.
Okay, yeah, that's super clear. So it's about taking on too much. Too much work, too many tasks, too big a challenge.
Oh, 100%, which actually segues perfectly into I believe you have a story about using an idiom wrong.
Oh no. Oh no, it's time, isn't it? Okay, so, and I want to be very clear. I thought I understood this idiom. I had heard it a few times, I thought I knew what it meant, and I decided to use it in conversation. Very confidently. Zero hesitation. It goes so bad, Avery. So I'm at a work lunch, a professional work lunch with colleagues I had just met, and we're talking about someone, not at the table, who had just taken on a new senior role at the company and was clearly struggling.
Oh, this is already going somewhere bad. I can feel it.
And I wanted to contribute to the conversation. I wanted to sound smart and natural and like I totally belonged there. So I nodded very seriously and said, and I quote, "Yes, I think she really bit off more than she could swallow."
Swallow?
Swallow! Because in my head, the logic made sense. You bite something and then you swallow it, right? That's how eating works. I thought I was completing the metaphor. I thought I was being smart.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Eden. The logic is there, I'll give you that.
The logic is there, but the table went completely silent, like dead silent. And then one guy, bless him, he just very quietly went, "I think the expression is chew." And I just sat there, and I wanted to disappear into my chair.
Oh no. But okay, wait. But did the conversation keep going? Did people just move on?
They moved on. Everyone was very professional about it, but I will never forget it. And now I use bite off more than you can chew correctly every single time. Every single time. Because that moment is burned into my brain forever.
See, and that is actually kind of beautiful because embarrassing moments, they're actually some of the best learning moments. You don't forget the lessons that come with a cringe.
That is so true. That cringe is doing the work. That cringe is the teacher. Honestly, though, and this actually leads into something I really want to talk about, and that's mindset. Because I think how we think about our progress when learning English changes everything.
Oh yes, let's go there because this is real talk territory.
Real talk territory. So here's the thing. I think so many people who are learning English fall into this trap of comparing themselves to fluent speakers or to where they think they should be instead of where they actually started.
Totally. And social media does not help with this at all.
Exactly. And that's why celebrating small wins is not just a nice thing to do. It's actually a strategy. Like, genuinely, science backs this up. When you acknowledge and celebrate small progress, your brain releases dopamine, which is the feel-good chemical, right? And that dopamine hit makes you want to keep going. So when you say, "Hey, I learned 3 new words today," and you actually celebrate that, you're training your brain to enjoy the process of learning, and that makes you more consistent. And consistency is literally everything when it comes to language learning.
For real though, it's not about the one massive leap. It's about showing up every day and doing a little bit. Like one new word, one sentence understood, one conversation completed. Those things compound over time in the most incredible way.
And I think another thing that's super important here is not being afraid to mess up, because the people who progress the fastest in any language are the ones who are willing to sound silly, make mistakes, use the wrong word, and keep going anyway.
Oh my goodness, yes. The fear of making mistakes is honestly the biggest obstacle. I've seen so many people who have great vocabulary, good grammar knowledge, but they freeze when it's time to actually speak because they don't want to sound bad. That is such a good point. People just want to connect. They want to understand you. And honestly, a little imperfection makes you sound more human and more relatable, not less.
Exactly. So if you're out there listening to this right now and you're feeling like your English isn't good enough yet, I want you to reframe that. Instead of good enough, ask yourself, am I better than I was last month? And I bet the answer is yes.
Yes, compare yourself to past you, not to someone else, because your journey is your journey, and your small wins, they are yours, and they deserve to be celebrated. Full stop.
Okay, I love that so much. And you know what I want people to do after this episode? I want them to think of one small win they've had this week, just one, and actually celebrate it. Tell a friend, write it down, do a little happy dance in your room.
Okay, number 1. Small wins are real wins. Whether it's ordering a coffee, understanding a joke, or using a new phrase, it all counts. Don't dismiss your own progress. Number 2, idioms are tricky. They don't always follow logic. Just ask my bite off more than you can swallow story. And that's okay. Learning them takes time, and getting them wrong is part of the process. Number 3, your mindset matters more than your grammar level. Be kind to yourself. Compare yourself to past you. Celebrate consistency, and keep showing up, even on the hard days. And the fact that you're here, spending your time with us, working on your English, that in itself is a small win. No, actually, that's a big win. We see you and we are rooting for you so hard. And finally, the most important thing, drop your topic suggestions for the next episode in the comments. What do you want us to talk about? Pronunciation, job interviews in English, how to text in English without sounding weird, English slang? Give us everything. All right, that's a wrap on today's episode. I'm Eden, and we'll catch you in the next one. Keep celebrating those small wins, every single one of them. You've got this. Bye.